This is the southern terminus to the Benton-McKaye trail. As you can see, I'm standing on the Appalachian Trail right now. Probably about a quarter of a mile down from Springer. Springer's right up there, so the southern terminus of the AT is close. But we're getting started. Stayed overnight at the Springer Mountain Shelter. Rested, fed, had my coffee, ready to roll. This is the swinging bridge at mile 15.1. I camped here last night because I was thinking of camping 3 miles back because it's my first day out and I was beat. I do not have my trail legs yet. But I saw a bear about 3¼ miles back, so I really didn't want to camp there. Even though I know bear come here too, just psychologically, I needed to go a little further, and I was really looking forward to staying here because right down there is running water off a side stream, and it's a great place to wash out your stuff and put your feet in the water and just relax a little bit. I did hang my bear bag from one of these cables. I don't know if that's allowed, but there wasn't anyone here to ask. And like I said, I saw a bear yesterday. Okay, this is what the first 30 miles or so of the Benton-McKaye trail is like. A lot of tree cover, very few views. The views are marked on the Guthook app though, if you have that. And seems like one 3,000 foot peak after the other. Granted, you're already at a pretty high elevation, so it's not too bad of a climb. There are some switchbacks on the Benton-McKaye. I'd heard that they're not as, you don't find as many, and they're not near as many on some of the taller, steeper peaks. It's just unavoidable. But on this smaller stuff and this more gradual stuff, up and over, up and over, up and over. I've been at it an hour, and that's all it's been, up and over, up and over. Look at these ferns. Sometimes you'll see them mixed in with the other vegetation, like here. Sometimes you'll see nothing but ferns. So if you're looking to grow something where you don't have a lot of sunlight, might I suggest a fern? They seem to do pretty well in a lot of shade. Fall Creek Falls, early on a Sunday morning. I'm the only one here. It's a weekend on the run up to 4th of July, so I had to get here early and get the whole place to myself. This is a popular destination for non-hikers. It's not even a ½ mile off the road. As you can tell by the obscene amount of environmental damage. You wonder why some places require permits and don't make these things easy to get to. This is why. This is what little feet climbing all over do. Big feet too. Still a pretty place. Hello, David here. I'm at the Benton-McKaye Trail Northern Terminus. Benton-McKaye goes that way, and that's the direction I'm going. So I've been on this section where it goes with the South Fork Trail, which obviously is also an equestrian trail, for about 1.5 miles. I count about 1.5 miles back, and easy way to start the day. You see there's a little turkey foot right there. Ironically enough, this is the only section of the Benton-McKaye I've not done, from here down to Dennis Mill. I've even done the long road walk in Whitfield and Murray County, but not yet done this little section. It's on my list, but this week's about the Benton-McKaye. I'd may be able to hear it on the video. Down that way just a little way is the South Fork to the fork of the Jacks River, and I've been crossing little streams all along, and all these little streams from these tributaries, from these mountain streams, are feeding the Jacks River, and it's already, I understand why there's so much water further downstream, because I've seen further downstream, and a lot of, it's already picked up steam this far up. Did not video yesterday. I had a long day, 18-mile day. I stayed at the shelter there in Cherry Log. Kind of cool. It's in a kind of a cabin community, if you will. Go ahead and suit back up. Wonder what all this shaking around is. And but they have done a really good job of making you feel like you're still in the woods. Granted, it's a mountain retreat community. At no point in time, go ahead and walk a little bit, does it really feel like you're, aside from the sounds of people and the cars, you still kind of feel like you're in the woods. And it's a great little shelter called Indian Rock Shelter. I stayed there and did 18 miles to here. There's about a 2.5 mile road walk once you come out of the mountain community to get back into the national forest. And then a lot of ups and downs. Fowler Mountain, then you kind of plateau out. All the water up there is wonderfully cold. Then you do Flat Top Mountain. And you do this brutal climb down. Huh. Interesting. Okay. For the most part, Benton-McKaye is pretty well marked. But I need to figure out which way I'm going, so I guess this video is over. David here. I'm at the top of Big Frog Mountain. It's supposed to be a trail to an overlook up here. But it's so overgrown, so late in the day, I'm not going to venture out and try to find it. Plus, I saw a big black bear about a 1/2 mile back, and it ran away. And I talked to it all the way up so it wouldn't come close again, saying stuff like, you know, I'm singing to it and telling it to get on and that kind of stuff. If you climb this mountain from the southbound side, if you're northbound, this is going to be the toughest one since Amicalola. I have done tougher, but it's been a while. Chahia Wilderness in Alabama comes to mind. Katahdin comes to mind. This is one of the tougher ones, at least if you're coming from the south side. It's only about 1 mile, but you're doing a lot of elevation in that mile, a little over 1 mile. Go ahead and take a look at what I see. A lot of overgrowth. Doesn't get visited much in the summer, I'm sure. say, there's a couple of trail junctions here. I don't know where the overlook's at, or even how good of an overlook it is. So I'm just gonna catch my breath, get on down the hill. Got another tree tunnel coming up here. These things are wicked. Check this out. I'm still on top of Big Frog Mountain, starting my descent. And boom! Here we go. I don't know if you can hear it on the iPhone, but there's so many little buggies in here. There's like this constant buzzing sound. Don't know how long this thing goes. This is longer than the last one and darker. It's about 6 in the evening, so it's still pretty light out. July 2nd. There's just that much tree cover. Big Frog Mountain was so overgrown, if there was an overlook, I couldn't find it. It's pretty up here, but remote. And about a half a mile back on the other side, I had a big black bear run across about 100 yards in front. Well, here's the end. It's pretty cool up here, but it'll work you getting up here. It is not for the faint of heart. And we are out.